Hey everybody, welcome back to the Gaves K booth. We are at SpaCon in Hot Springs still. It is our first time being here. I've got another awesome artist with me. His name is Mr. Rags Morales, not to be confused with Miles Morales, who is just a character in a comic book and not one of the guys that put him in there.
Correct.
And I think you're way cooler.
Well, now you're trying to talk me up. And I'm also not to be confused with Mark Morales. So if you come by for me to sign a book that Mark Morales inked, please double check.
So look, you've worked on the Justice League of America.
I did.
You did? You've done some of the best Hawkman that's ever been done, period.
Guilty.
That's right. And you did Identity Crisis.
I did.
That was cool.
Yes, it was. It was a very, very lucrative, very, very cool story. Great writer. I had a great team, so I'm very proud of everything that we did together. It was nice.
Now, we were talked a little earlier, and you said that you didn't really notice yourself as like a stylistic guy, like you were this certain type of style.
Right.
But I do believe that the fans that like your work, that's how they see you. Like when they see your work, they know immediately Rags did this.
I suppose so. You know, as we were talking before, my approach to drawing was to follow the American illustrators. You know, I'm a big fan of J.C. Leyendecker and Norman Rockwell and the pen and ink guys like Charles Dana Gibson, James Montgomery Flagg. So I always wanted to be in that realm. But as I started looking for a career in art, there was not really much to do with illustration anymore. And it was all photography and now, Photoshop. So, it was just a matter of saying, oh, well, what else can I do? Well, I grew up reading comic books and I still enjoy them. So let's do that for a living. And that's how I ended up doing it and bringing a kind of like an illustrative feel. I'm more interested in the nuance between communication of characters rather than the big splashy, punch in the face. And for the longest time, I didn't think I was really any good at it. I thought I was better at conversational pieces, the stuff that other artists may find boring. I enjoyed that. So, but I think I'm pretty comfortable with my all-around game by now,
Out of all the DC characters that you've been able to be a part of working on, who was probably your favorite to be able to be a part of?
It's funny because when you're doing it, it's work.
Right.
It's a job, it's an assignment. You have to do your best. So you try to do something familiar and new at the same time. You follow a template at the same time, add another layer. So I'm more concerned about doing my job well than being, than allowing my geeky childhood pop out, So for me, it's just I try to draw as best as I can in the time frame that I have, and in retrospect, you look back and you could have done that better. You could have that you should have been concentrating more here or there. So really, that's honestly, it's the only thing that really pops in my head. I can't speak for other people, but it's only in retrospect do you really enjoy an hour man run, or a Hawkman run, or a JSA run. For me, it's just about doing my job as best as possible. But I will say the most fun costume I have drawing, Captain Marvel Shazam.
Okay.
The original, not what they've been doing with it lately. Just
Brandon likes the OG Captain Marvel.
OG, yeah.
Yeah, OG Captain Marvel.
For sure.
And he couldn't be here today. I'm sure he would have loved to have been able to hear you say that, because he would have popped in and he'd have been like, oh yeah,
finally, someone gets it.
So you're not any from around Arkansas at all. You made a trip to get here.
I did. I flew in from Pennsylvania.
Is Arkansas Con something that you would consider coming back to?
Oh, absolutely. No, these guys really do it right. There are many shows, and some of them are more, corporately run than others. And then there are some that are just so run by just fanboyishness that they forget minor details of running a show.
Right.
But this one in particular is a very nice hybrid. It's very well thought out, well presented. it's I even shouldn't be bothering with this detail, but it's fiscally responsible.
Yeah.
And it's they do a really nice job. Bill's a tremendous promoter here, and the town itself is really hot. I mean, I don't mean that as a pun, but I did get into a bathhouse, so that was cool.
Yeah.
I did get a little bit of a sweat on, so I enjoyed that. But the town itself is fantastic. I'm a vegetarian, so I was super surprised to find a lunch and breakfast place that does vegan and vegetarian foods. And I even walked to the end of town to get to it, so every morning for breakfast. So it's
Did you have, I know you've been to tons of cons, so do you have like one experience where like a fan came to you and was just overly excited that you might like to share? Does anything stand out?
Well, yeah, there's been a few of them actually, but some of them aren't necessary to talk about. I've had people that just had nothing to say. They just stumbled everything over that, and which is odd to me. Again, we do these things at home. We do our jobs at home. So when we come out to a con, it's like recess.
Right.
Where's the bar? And that's where we go.
Right.
And we can't wait to hang out but then coming out to a show, it's like you see how big it really is. At home, you just like, I hope they like it. I hope they like it. I hope they like it. And you keep trying to do better than what you've done before, and keep trying to push the envelope of the work itself. So there was that, stammering. One girl actually squeed, so that was kind of neat. That was fun. I didn't know what to do with myself. I was like, oh my God, you love me. Then you got the guy that's it's funny because they come out in stereotypes. So you got the fan that's too cool for school. He's not really a nerd.
Right.
He's that guy. And he just schmoozes up to you, tries to engage you in small talk, and it's just like, okay. Right on, man.
And then before you know it, he's named every single thing you've ever done.
Yeah. His lips quivering because he can't hold it in anymore. I guess you run the gamut, and then and then I've been around for so long. Now I got people who look at my stuff and go, "You did all this?" Yeah.
Like they can't believe it.
Yeah. Did you draw this by yourself? I get that. Oh, they're beautiful, and then they keep walking.
Some of Gabe's Cave's favorite things when we're at cons is we like to walk around and just kind of be a fly on the wall and see how everybody's doing. We love it. It's some of our favorite moments. A lot of it doesn't get captured on camera, which is unfortunate because our whole deal is like trying to create content.
Right.
But we love it when we see a fan, when they really get to see the artist, you know what I mean? And they're like, you can just see it all over their face. They're freaked out. They love it.
Yeah. That happened. Was it this show or the last one? I don't know. I've done a show every weekend this month. So,
right.
I might have been in Dallas, but it was. I had a moment where he, as he walked away, you could see he was just like, "Oh my God!" And his girlfriend's like, "Oh my God, for you!" She's so happy for you. So I was just like, "Hey, it's kind of cool."
Yeah, man, it is. Cool.
It is neat.
It's so cool.
It's good. It's good for the ego, but really, we're just people. We're not. We're not.
Y'all see the humbleness is a character trait with almost every single person that Gabe's Cave has ever talked to, and it's awesome to see these people that bring so much joy to your life. You might, Batman and Superman might have got you through some hard times, and this man helped bring your heroes to life. So a lot of that love that you had for those guys, it gets passed on, whether you intend for it to or not, when you get to meet a man like this. And it's special, and it is special. You do special things for people,
and it's special for us. Like I said, it's recess. We come out of our holes, and we come out to these shows, and we see how big it really is. So no, we love it too.
Now you told me about a new project that you had worked on, and you were kind of excited about that. Tell people where they can go find this and what that's all about.
You're talking about Amory Wars.
Yes.
Right on. Okay, so fans of Coheed and Cambria, Claudio Sanchez has his own publishing company called Evil Inc., and he's selling Good Apollo on Burning Star 4, so that's the fourth album. See, because their music is a big epic tale, and so it kind of goes back and forth. The comic book sells the music, and the music sells the comic book. And this is, I believe, Well, for sure, it's the fourth album, so it's his fourth installment. But the second approach at Good Apollo, the original one was done with a painter called Christopher Shy. Beautiful, beautiful work. But for whatever reason, they decided to hire me, and I did 12 issues. It's already been collected, so it's in the stores. If you're looking for it, you can order it from Evil Inc. Yeah.
Yeah, he showed me one of the covers. It's pretty nasty, and nasty in a good way. Y'all know I say the word nasty in a good way.
In a good way. Right on. It's bad.
Yeah, so bad. Michael Jackson bad. Brother, right. I told you I wasn't going to keep you long.
Right on.
So plug yourself. Tell everybody where they can find you.
Right on.
All that kind of stuff, because there might be people out there that's going to want it, that might like to just send you a message, say, hey, man, you meant a lot to me, too.
Right on. Well, I appreciate that. Right. So I'm off of Twitter. I got kicked off because I'm a very political person. And,
sound like me. I get banned like every week.
Proudly. Well, I think this one's for good. I decided to let Enrique Tario of the Proud Boys have it, and I was not kind. So I'm not on Twitter anymore, but you can find me on Instagram. That's rags, the letter N, rags in hashtags. But that's mostly I just, show what I'm displaying on my real website, which is really just a Tumblr. And I do blog occasionally, but that's ragsagainstthemachine.net. And I believe I still own ragsmorales.com. I'm not sure. And you can also find me on Facebook. I also have Rags Morales art page. So I'm out there, just you're not going to find me on Twitter anymore. That's all.
Dude, you've been perfectly awesome, and I really appreciate you coming and sitting with us and talking a little bit and sharing a little about yourself.
Yeah.
And I think you got some people over there waiting on you, so you probably...
I do have some drawing to do.
Yeah. Thank you so much, man.
Right on.
Gaves Cave, we out. Rags Morales, everybody.
Thank you.